Let's start with the honest truth. Most people don't avoid tracking their spending because they're irresponsible. They avoid it because every time they try, it feels exhausting, confusing, or guilt-inducing. You open an app, you see numbers you don't like, you promise yourself you'll start fresh next week, and then nothing changes. If that sounds familiar, you're not bad with money. You've just been taught to track it in a way that doesn't fit real life. In this video, I'm going to show you how to track your spending without feeling overwhelmed. Not obsessively, not perfectly, just in a way that gives you clarity, control, and peace of mind. Before we dive in, if you find this kind of content helpful, take a second to like the video and subscribe. This channel is all about personal finance and financial freedom, breaking money down into simple systems that actually work in real life. If that interests you, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss future videos. All right, let's get into it. The first thing you need to understand is this. Tracking spending is not about judgment. It's about awareness. Most people treat spending tracking like a report card. If the numbers look bad, they feel bad. So they stop looking. Instead, think of tracking like checking the weather. You're not mad at the forecast. You're just using information to decide what to do next. Once you remove guilt from the process, tracking becomes much easier. Now let's fix the biggest mistake people make, trying to track everything all the time. You do not need to log every dollar in real time. That's how people burn out. That level of detail might work for accountants or robots, but most humans don't enjoy it. Instead, simplify. Start by choosing one method and sticking to it. That could be a budgeting app, a spreadsheet, or even a notes app on your phone. The tool matters far less than consistency. Next, limit the number of categories you track. You don't need 30 categories. You don't need to separate coffee, snacks, dining out, and takeout into 4 different things. Group similar expenses together. For example, food, transportation, housing, entertainment, and savings. Fewer categories means less thinking. Less thinking means you're more likely to keep going. Now let's talk about timing, because this is where overwhelm usually shows up. Instead of tracking every purchase immediately, do weekly check-ins. Once a week, set aside 10 to 15 minutes. Look at your bank or credit card transactions. Categorize what you spent. That's it. You're not fixing anything in that moment. You're just observing. This alone gives you more awareness than most people ever get without turning money into a daily chore. Another key step is focusing on patterns. One coffee over budget doesn't matter. One expensive day doesn't matter. What matters is what keeps happening over time. Are you consistently overspending in one category? Are there subscriptions you forgot about? Are small purchases quietly adding up? Tracking is about seeing trends, not beating yourself up over individual choices. Now here's something that helps a lot with overwhelm. Separate tracking from decision-making. When you're tracking, you're just collecting information. When you're budgeting or adjusting, that happens later. Trying to do both at the same time is mentally exhausting. So give yourself permission to just track without fixing everything immediately. Next, let's talk about making tracking emotionally easier. Expect your first few weeks to feel uncomfortable. That's normal. You're looking at reality more clearly than before. But clarity is empowering. Even if the numbers aren't ideal, knowing where you stand is always better than guessing. And remember, seeing a problem does not mean you created it. It just means you're finally aware of it. Now let's talk about how to make tracking sustainable long-term. Automate where possible. Use apps that link to your accounts if that feels easier. If automation reduces friction for you, use it. But don't rely on automation alone. Always review. Automated tools are great at collecting data, but you're the one who decides what it means. Also, keep your tracking system flexible. Life changes, expenses change. Your system should adapt, not break. If something feels too complicated, simplify it. The best system is the one you actually use. Before we wrap up, let's clear up a common misconception. Tracking spending does not mean you stop enjoying life. In fact, it usually does the opposite. When you know where your money is going, you can spend intentionally instead of impulsively. You enjoy purchases more because they're planned, not followed by regret. Tracking gives you control, not restriction. Always remember, tracking spending doesn't have to be stressful, detailed, or constant. It just needs to be consistent, simple, and judgment-free. Start small, track weekly, focus on patterns, adjust slowly. Financial clarity doesn't come from perfection, it comes from awareness. If this video helped you, make sure to like it and subscribe for more content on personal finance and financial freedom. I'd greatly appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.